super secret location deep within the mountains of Colorado, it's time to strap up, strap in, or strap on with your host, Shenanigans in One Shot. It's From the Ashes Radio!
You crazy kids, what are you doing watching us? Welcome to From the Ashes Radio on About Face Media. How do we sound? I already know how we look. We really appreciate you being a part of the show. My hetero life mate and co-host will be here in just a few minutes. He's still working his way past security. Sometimes takes a little while to get through security. You know how that goes around here. We're in our super secret location and our highly classified and all that stuff. So hello, Nathan Hucker. We are glad you are here and thank you for being a part of our audience. We really appreciate you being here. This show tonight is just for you, Nathan Hucker. It's all about you. You got any GI Bill left from your time in service? Because we're going to talk to you about how to use it. In just a little while, we are going to talk to somebody we really like, Corey Kopp with our friends with Sweetwater travel school and all that stuff. So you're gonna footsteps. That's gonna be a good thing. Craig Stackowitz, glad you're here. So folks, if you got a little bit of GI Bill left and you're looking to use it, we have proven over and over again that there's nothing better for the veteran community than getting outside. Well, we're gonna teach you how to take that GI Bill that you have left over after you've sent your kids to college and they've used up their part of it and you got a little bit left over. We're going to teach you how to use that GI Bill and get into the outdoor industry. And thank you, Craig Stackowitz. We really, we're going to throw that one up on the screen. We appreciate that. I can hear him fighting his way through security and getting his ass down here. Rough day, huh, man? I was just telling everybody you were fighting your way through security and working your ass off, and welcome to the show. Look at you.
There was a breach of security.
Yes.
I'm still trying to fix it.
Welcome to your show. And you look good. What is that? I'm getting a text message from our guest. That's got to be good. And it's got to be sure it's like, hey, let's see what he has to say here.
We'll turn the video on now. Assess it.
What is it? New screen, send the screen, anything else I need to do? Click on it.
Is that our guess?
Yeah, he's trying to figure out how to use our platform. Yes. And it should take him to the green room. So we'll see. So yeah, he hasn't used this one before. So yeah, why do I have so many text messages? We haven't even started the interview. How can you have this many text messages when you haven't even started the interview? That's kind of awesome. They're excited. Yeah, they really are. So yeah, we'll see what comes from this. But I lost my screen. What do you call it? So as you probably see, we have gifts.
I see that.
So
some patcherooskies,
some patches, some stickers.
Some of it's for me, right? At least some.
So
I will hoard the swag. Just every once in a while.
And that's exactly what I said. So I reached out, Patriot Cigars, and I was like, hey, let's see what we got here. So yeah, Patriot Cigars. And I was like, hey, when last time you tried that? Really? Ordered a bunch of cigars. And when I ordered them, they were like, hey, you didn't use that sweet coupon code that we sent you from last time. And I was like, well, no, man, we'd like to support the businesses that support us. And he's like, well, use the damn coupon code. And he's like, since you didn't use the coupon code, I'm going to send you a bunch of stuff. I'm like, well, last time you sent us a bunch of stuff, and as soon as that you saw that hat that said We the People on it, Seth snagged that. He really liked that. And he's like, that's cool, because I'm going to send you a bunch more. So they sent us a bunch of hats. So a bunch of hats, stickers, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, we're going to give some of that stuff away to our listeners. We got to figure out a way to give it away. Any suggestions, any ideas? I think these are like coasters, or I don't even know what these are. I mean,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't know what. We got to figure out a way to give them away.
Sticker, I like that.
It's all yours, man.
That's an interesting sheet.
You don't even smoke cigars. Yeah, I know. I get it.
No, I wish I did just because I want to hang out. I always just want to hang out.
Yeah.
I don't do the cigar thing. I saw a picture of, oh man, our friend Wes is living up the retired life. I saw him at the cigar shop with a group of you guys.
Yes.
And I was like, dude, I would so like to be there. I just don't like smoking cigars. I've accepted that. It's okay.
I'm trying to talk our guests through working through StreamYard.
Well, you asked me if I had Private Carl.
Yes. All right. So let's talk this through. Yeah. So Private Carl. I love this.
What's funny is, I believe it was 3 weeks ago, maybe 4. We did a safety brief, and I said, "We're iPro, folks."
You did.
You remember that?
I very much do.
So as you came towards the end of the current issue with security and the wall breach and all this,
I'm gonna send him the link to his.
I had to clear an area, and I could not find iPro, and I needed to do a couple feet of rewrite.
All right. You just said to everybody, don't forget.
Don't forget your fucking iPro. You could be like me, and my eye is jacked up. I ate a rock. I think a rock, maybe a bird shit. I don't know. A big, heavy, compressed bird poop. I don't know. Something hit my eye. It is fucking blurry as all hell. It hurts so bad. I have to keep sunglasses on.
No shit, man.
Oh, yeah, I jacked myself up good, bro. This is as good as your scope bite as a stupid moment. I got myself good, bro.
That sucks, dude.
Uh-huh.
So I sent our guest a link by way of text message. So hopefully that fixes a few things.
So I'm looking Blues Brothers-ish. I'm light sensitive as all hell.
No shit, man. That
aches, and then it just randomly just starts pouring, dude.
is it funny that your part of the safety brief last week was, hey folks, don't forget your iPro? I mean, do you wear prescription lenses, or you don't wear glasses or anything, do you?
I have to have reading glasses this year. 44 years old.
How often do you wear them? I mean, how often I don't think I've ever seen you put glasses on to read.
You ever seen me read?
Well, there's that, I guess.
Oh. So, anyway, yeah.
So you're your own Combat Carl for the
I'm
week?
my own Combat Carl. Remember what we did? Your Combat Carl was good old, Rob Williams scope bit.
Yeah.
Talking about, don't
Yeah.
be that guy. Don't be that guy. There's a reason when they had that detail and the sergeant was like, "Hey,
Do you remember a time?
I should have had I didn't have my PT belt on either.
Yeah.
God, I should have been using that.
Do you remember the time in the Army before iPro?
No.
No, really? I think
I went in 01, not 81.
Boy, you're being hurtful right now.
Was there a pre? I've never heard this one.
Yes.
There's a pre-iPro.
iPro was not a thing until
CQB.
Iraq. Yes.
Yeah.
And yes, you're right.
Dust and CQB. That's what I was always told it was for. Is when you're live fire shooting debris.
You don't remember the sand, wind, and dust goggles that got issued, the black goggles that got issued. Do you remember those things? And they did nothing for you. Yes, they were up. Ooh, look who's in the green room. He got it. He got StreamYard to work. He's waving and shit now. Corey, it's good to see you. I'm glad you got it figured out, man. We're just finishing up this segment, and then we'll bring you right on. That's good stuff. I'm glad to see you made it. The sand, wind, and dust goggles is like the one thing. Like they would issue those things to you, and if you didn't turn them in, it was like $70, and they were garbage, absolute trash. They didn't work at all. They didn't keep out any sand, wind, or dust. They were awful. If you remember, I mean, help me out here, folks. If you got issued the sand, wind, and dust goggles, they absolutely sucked. They were terrible. So yeah, and I remember getting issued the is it OSS goggles or some shit like that? That was just going top. I was aviation, so I didn't ever wear them fucking things. I just had those.
Well, you probably got issued all sorts of different stuff.
Yes, I had those. My helmet had the ones that flipped down.
I had the Wiley X's, had the K-pot, all the different versions of the K-pot things that didn't work, snowboard glasses.
Yep, those. I had all those. I have the Wiley X's. I wear the clear lenses on the bike at night.
Okay, so I still have my deployment Wiley X's with my coolers with the tool bag. But
Yeah.
they're like my emergency
Yeah.
fucking clear lenses because you can't see through them.
No, because they're all
Terrible.
scratched up and trashed and garbage.
The
Yeah, the Wiley.
worst product Wiley X ever made was what like the only thing Wiley X ever made that sucked.
Yes.
Like, so these are the worst glasses ever made. These are just going straight to the trash. Army's like, hey, we'll give you 10 times what they're worth.
Did you ever get issued the Army issue Oakley glasses?
No.
Oh God, those things.
I had the Haji issue glasses.
I was fucking amped to get those Oakleys. They had the interchangeable lenses. You had orange, the like laser ones, and fucking sunglasses, and they were awful. They were terrible. You didn't get the laser ones?
No.
They were like these green lenses that were supposed to take you from fucking laser and like
The lasers.
And nobody else had lasers but us. So it was,
That was cool.
yeah, it was fucking trash. But whatever, man. Yeah, everybody had their own fucking.
Wait, so they could see like IR?
Yeah. They
They were okay.
were like this green
I didn't
lens
get
that
it.
no, and
I forget you're one of those SEAL Delta guys.
well, I mean,
Delta SEAL.
I carried their bags for them. I gave them their shots and updated their medical records.
I
wasn't
had laser glasses.
I stood next to the fucking cool guys, but we need to come up with a reason to give away these fucking hats. Like they need to like know something about. Maybe they need to know something about Sweetwater travel or some shit. Oh, JD Dean is part of the show. Holy shit! You don't know who JD Dean is. So JD Dean, okay, Jimmy Dean was one of my homies from fucking guide school. So this dude is the chillest combat vet you have ever met. You know how you see the memes and it's like 10-year vet who never deployed and this dude got the high and tight and he's fucking wired tight and he looks all grumpy and mean and shit. And then you see the fucking 20-year combat vet and it's a dude drinking. It's the dude. He's drinking a White Russian and he's in his bathrobe and he's got a little bit of fucking White Russian in his mustache. Yeah, that's fucking Jimmy Dean, the chillest combat vet you've ever met. Dude fucking owns a boat in Florida and is a fucking fishing guide in Florida. Dude is cool like the other side of the pillow. I'm not sure, but he wants to take you fishing.
Dude, Florida's like on my like hotspot. I got a really good friend down there that does not browsing. He does water sports stuff. He's a water sports company. I kind of get on with it in, and then fishing. Deep water fishing is different. I can't. I might try and start fishing in Colorado. You never know.
Really?
Dude, I just don't need any of it.
Well, no, I don't keep any fish I catch.
The whole concept of fishing and not eating it ruins it for me.
Really? Really? Well, I suppose this is something we will talk about with Corey when we get him on here. Jimmy is your people. You like Jimmy Dean a lot. He is super fucking chill. Let's put it this way. The text messages we trade back and forth are like who can give each other the more chill music. And he's usually winning. It's like surf music and fucking, yeah, he is super chill. We are at 6:15, so we need to bring on our guests.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Corey, how the heck are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I like your lighting.
I just was going to say that the mood lighting is perfect. This guy doesn't want his face shown on TV.
He is in,
I see.
Are you in witness protection
How's
right
that?
now, Corey?
No, look what-
There we go.
Come on, man. We've
No,
been
I
gone
just-
for a while with this.
I just never do this. So
I would have told people that you were in witness protection and just gone with it and just you're at just the right show.
Or you've done the same thing I do every week for an entire hour, and that's piss everybody off because they can't see your face.
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
okay.
Do you remember that show Home Improvement where with Wilson, the guy over the fence that nobody ever sees his face?
Just saw like this much,
Homeboys made a career out of it.
right?
We get like 6 messages after the show every single episode. Dude, how come nobody can see Seth's face? I'm like,
Can you move it?
Well,
This blank's in the wrong place every time, the whole time.
I've been ruining great fishing photos with my face for 20 years, so I should work on that a little bit.
I mean, it's hard to beat out a fish's face. That's
Yeah. No, it's
something.
always like the group shots with all the guides, and everybody's like, "No, Corey didn't get the memo on what was going on there for a minute."
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Corey from Sweetwater Travel and Fishing Guides. Corey, how has your day been, man?
It's been good. Thanks for having me. This has been quite a few months process pinning down a Monday, but yeah, good
I am
day.
so glad we put it together.
Yeah, I actually just saw Jimmy Dean a week or so ago. He came to our advanced class on the Yellowstone.
There is
And,
no one better. I'm so glad to hear that he
I
made it to the advanced class.
I couldn't say it better. One of the coolest cats I've ever spent a day on the boat with.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for somebody to fish with that's super chill, that is high on the
Oh
list.
yeah,
I couldn't agree more. What do you
Yeah,
learn?
yeah.
I'm going to ask you as we get towards the end of the interview what you get in the advanced class, but that's a whole nother. Let's start at the beginning.
Can we start with Corey? Who are you?
Let's start there.
Sweetwater?
Yeah, let's start at the beginning before we get to the advanced class. I apologize, Corey.
Yeah, there we go.
Personally, are not a veteran yourself, but you are
I'm
a
not.
huge supporter of the veterans
Corey,
community.
not wrong.
Sorry, my fault.
Jeez.
I'm sorry. It's his interview. I apologize. Your deal. Go with it. Tell us about you, Corey.
So I'm the director of the guide school for Sweetwater Travel. Home base for me is in Oregon, but I spend about 4 months of my season out in Montana. And I do all the office work, but I'm also one of the guides at every one of the guide schools, which is awesome. I wouldn't do the job if I didn't get to get out on the water. And I've worked for Sweetwater for 15, 16 years now. Actually, more than that. I came to the guide school myself. And it was a springboard for me to get a guide job up in Alaska, working for them for one of their lodges up there. It's called the Royal Coachman Lodge, and then became an instructor at the guide school. And then about 5 years ago, this job came open to do this thing full time, and I jumped at the chance. It's the funnest job I've ever had in the realm of having a lot of fun jobs as a fishing guide through the years. So, other than that, got a couple kids here. Just got home from 6 weeks at fish camp and realized that's pretty easy when you get home to a 7 and a 4-year-old. Yeah, that's it, man. I'm back home for the winter, chasing some steelhead, but mostly chasing my kids around and hanging out here in Oregon.
That sounds pretty awesome, to be completely honest. And yeah, that was the most
Yeah.
humble of introductions I've heard in a long time. You drastically undersold that. So I got to hear a little bit of it around the campfire, around cigars. So yeah, you drastically undersold that. So well done.
Well, we are teaching,
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us about what Sweetwater is and Sweetwater Guide School. Start with Sweetwater, the company itself. There's like 19 properties or something like that?
There's quite a few. There's 3 Alaska, 4 now 5, I believe, British Columbia operations, 2 lodges in Montana. Mongolia is a crazy destination that we've been going and chasing fish at for a long time. Bahamas and Brazil. I don't think I missed anything, but they've got a really extensive network of lodges. And pretty much in the founding days of that, I think they were running Mongolia and one lodge in Alaska. They decided to start the guide school. It made sense. They had all the brothers that own Sweetwater Travel, all still to this day guide at all the lodges, or most of them, at least in the U.S. And they wanted to pass along what they learned kind of the hard way, on the fly as fishing guides in a week-long trade school program. And it's been wildly successful. I mean, I think when I came back in 06 or 07, they were running 6 or 7 weeks a year, and now we're up to 14. We definitely have the demand for it, and the industry has the demand for it. And then along the way, and I'm off on my dates, but I think it's been about 12 plus years that they've been approved to take the GI Bill for the class. So we get a lot of vets that come through the program. This year it was over 40% of our total roster for the season, and that's as you can attest, Rob, it's an awesome part of the program and awesome way to use your GI Bill and for a lot of folks. And we were talking about Jimmy Dean, and I know you had a pretty eclectic age and demographic at your class. Most folks are looking to go get a guide job, but a lot of them are just looking to get out there and be a better angler, learn to row a boat, and a lot of them are donating their time for nonprofit groups, for vets and other folks. So I don't know, it's just like a win-win-win across the board.
Yeah, it is it's first of all, it's a very small community. Let's start there. But and the VA, well, and Mongolia, I love that your ears perked up with Mongolia. If you don't know, if you don't know, so Seth has been working very hard. He wants to become an accomplished Mongolian throat singer. So the opportunity to go to Mongolia, I mean, he's been practicing really hard. Did you want to give him a sample real quick? No. Yeah. No, a little embarrassed. He's a little shy about it.
That's
but
not what I expected you to say, but
if you want to be the best, you gotta learn from the best, right?
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity, Seth. I mean, if you say the word,
I was thinking more like Mongolian warriors are pretty badass. I'm sure there's some super cool places to train. But
yeah, you fly fish. You can train, dude. We can make this happen. You say the word.
What kind of fish in Mongolia? See, that also,
Mongolian trout.
They fish for a fish called a taimen, and it's the largest of all the salmon species. So, rainbow trout, brown trout, Pacific salmon, king salmon, everything. And they can reach lengths. I think they've caught them up into the mid 50 inches mark as the absolute top end. But that means you're seeing, these giant.
I had measuring devices into that long.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry, you weren't looking for professionalism when you came on this show, were you?
No, I knew a while back we were not heading in that direction.
No, that's super cool. Yeah. So is Sweet? Okay, I guess I shouldn't jump in. No. Are you guys using that for part of the classroom stuff, or is that just one of like the resort parks?
No, all those destinations are just lodges.
Okay.
I shouldn't say just lodges. I have had some conversations about maybe trying to insert. We'd have to keep it, in the U.S., but maybe trying to insert a week into Alaska someday, or we're always thinking and planning for more. But the Mongolia thing is it's literally like a 7-week season in the fall. So there's no other time that we don't have guests there.
This is how you when you're like, let's go fishing, it's cold out, and you're going somewhere down the road and there's like fish I don't get excited.
I took him fishing once and it snowed and he was like, I don't really know if I'm having fun right now.
Yeah, that was my wife. Yeah, I used to guide Alaska all summer, and I'd come home and take her fishing in the winter, and she was miserable.
Yeah,
and then she came up to Alaska. She caught a bunch of fish in an hour off the dock, and she said she liked that a little bit better.
Yeah,
there's some delicious fish and Alaska fish up there too.
Oh yeah,
the word, man. I see us going remote. We just got invited to broadcast live from Project Healing Waters annual fundraiser. So yeah, we're doing that in November, I think it is. So yeah, kind of a huge surprise for us. So we can see that.
Is that Colorado based?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I forget where they call it Brews and Bugs or something like that. I forget what it's called.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we're looking forward to doing that. So yeah, really looking forward. That'll be a good time. So what people are not grasping here, is what people don't understand, is that the VA does not make using your GI Bill an easy pathway. When I first reached out to Corey, it was like a 3-month battle to get the GI Bill put together. You fight a nasty battle with the VA to get that GI Bill. You cut a lot of red tape with a machete to get that GI Bill so that veterans can use that GI Bill to come to your class. And you do all that work.
Yeah, I mean, we've tried to make the process as simple as possible, but it's not possible all the time. But yeah, you know the process. You come to sign up for the class, give me your paperwork, fill out a form, and then I take over. And you and I have some great VA resources that work for us as a school in the state of Montana, and super helpful. And yeah, sometimes it's a headache, but the end result is amazing. So, I actually weirdly enjoy that part of it.
I would definitely say weirdly is the correct answer. How much GI Bill does someone have to have left available in order to attend the course fully funded?
It's going to be around a month and a half. I say 2 months and you're clear. The reason I don't have an exact number is we raised our rates by a couple $100 for the class for next season. So I don't have the adjusted number. It's like a month and 17 days, somewhere around there. But if you have 2 months, you're good. And also, if you have 20 days, you can use that towards the class and pay the difference. And I'm always, trying to work things out as far as a payment plan or a discount if it applies, or if we can make that swing. So I just saw Ted chiming in with making the GI Bill process pretty easy. Most cases, it's smooth, and once you sign up and I take over and get you enrolled, you don't have to worry about anything. You just get to Montana with a fishing license and some gear and think about going fishing.
Folks, if you are hearing Corey's voice, if you're listening to us on the radio, we appreciate that. If you're hearing us on WTF moments, if you're hearing us live on our Facebook, on YouTube, whatever it is, what you're hearing is, hey, if you have any GI Bill left and you need to knock out a couple of days of it, Corey's going to make it work for you, but one way or another, he wants you to attend. And what we have demonstrated over and over again with this program is, hey, being outside in nature is probably the best thing for your mental health as a veteran. Attend this guide school. There's an opportunity for you to get into that outdoor industry. What does job placement look like, Corey, for people after guide school?
A huge demand. And obviously Sweetwater's there he is. Sweetwater's gonna
Who's that?
That's my dog Bowie.
Hey Bowie, what's up, man? Welcome to the radio.
Yeah, he was getting annoyed.
Shy, not much for interviews, clearly.
Yeah, exactly. Where were we? GI Bill.
Jobs after.
Jobs after. Sorry. Huge demand for jobs, and a big part of what I do is helping people develop a resume, cover letter for the industry. And we've been running this class. It's over 25 years now. So there's a lot of outfitters out there, lodge owners, fly shop owners that look to the guide school first when they're looking to hire for the upcoming season. And it's it's all over the country. I feel like it used to be people wanted to go guide, and the real options were in like Montana, Colorado, Wyoming, Idaho, and Alaska. But we see such a hotbed of students coming out of the Southeast and the Northeast and the Great Lakes area, just everywhere that are going back home to start their guiding career there. So we're constantly developing that network. But it's demographics. If you look at all these popular towns that people want to live in the Rocky Mountain states, well, they're booming and filling up with people, which is in some ways a negative. But there are also people that want to hire a guide to take them out fishing. So a lot of these outfitters are just slammed with business. Especially in my time, I've seen a growth over the last 5 years. And then Alaska is always on the table. Just there's just so many places to go guide for fish nowadays.
Right. I graduated. We finished school Saturday. I drove home Saturday night. Sunday morning, I woke up and in my Facebook Messenger, I had a message that said, "Hey, saw you finish guide school. We are looking for guides. Are you interested?" And literally the next day, I know I have classmates that went home and started up their own business. And it's amazing the opportunities that present themselves once you have that 8x10 sheet of paper in your hand. Hey, congratulations, you finished a guide school, not just any guide school, but you finished Sweetwater's guide school, and people are familiar with that name. That name carries weight.
We're proud of what we do, and I always tell folks you can't learn to do this in a week, but we're going to highlight the skills and mostly leave you on that Saturday with you knowing exactly what you need to work on to get there. And it's a pretty simple process.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite part. I loved the class. I had so much fun. I mean, just some of this, I did shit I've never gotten the chance to do before. I mean, I've never rowed a boat before. I didn't even know a jet boat existed before I went to this class. Right. I've never heard of such a thing. And then, some of the fish I got to catch and some of the fishing I got to do, I've never done it before guide school, much less it's in Montana in a beautiful location. it was just absolutely amazing. I can't say enough great
No,
things.
it's an awesome classroom, and just to be able to take it, it's very adaptable. We get folks that are looking to go guide on the Bighorn. That's where we host our classes, but also
Mhm.
people that are hiking, little creeks in South Dakota, and we feel strongly that what you learn there is going to be adaptable to wherever you end up, fishing or guiding down the road. And you saw it. I'm not looking at a roster in front of me, but I know there were a couple people there that just didn't have an interest in guiding, but were looking to learn how to row a boat and how to become a more self-sufficient angler, all at a pretty good rate for a week of 5 days on the water, room and board, and just that whole fish camp vibe and atmosphere.
Well, and like you said, people that aren't necessarily looking to guide. We had Cameron Cushman on the show, what, 2-3 months ago or so?
Not even.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, look at that dude's doing. He's making movies,
I know.
went to your guide school, and now he's making movies about outdoor adventures and stuff like that, for making movies for Project Healing
Yeah.
Waters. I mean, putting the two things together. Folks, if you're hearing this, it's not simply just guide school. That is just opening the door and putting you on the path
Yeah.
to the outdoor industry. It opens up so many other things for you.
Oh, without a doubt. And a lot of folks that are planning on a post-retirement, from the military second career, maybe 5-7 years when I'm done, I want to, dabble in this a little bit. And that's something you leave the school with as you're a graduate. If it's not this season, it can be, 10 years from now, give us a call and we'll help you get your foot in the door and get a job.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. I've been staying in touch with AJ, and he's getting ready to retire from his industry, and as soon as he's going to start guiding and whatnot. And his daughter's a guide. I mean, it's a family business.
His daughter,
incredible.
His daughter came to our class. My first season doing this full time. I think it was in 21 as the director, and she was one of the first students we had through that spring classes, and she's been killing it ever since.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We had a young lady in my class, 24 years old. I think she was 24, 22 might have been. And she's a college student. And she's like, hey, I came here to guide school because I'd rather spend my summer guiding fly fishing than working at McDonald's. Yeah. And I'm like, that's fucking genius as far as I'm concerned. You're going to make way more money. You're outside, and that's a much better way to spend your summer than flipping burgers. Yeah. So yeah.
No, you see everybody, and just getting to hear that from guys like yourself, on Sundays and Saturdays of like what this whole, activity, sport, whatever we call it, has done for each of us individually, and be able to kind of harness the skills necessary to teach somebody else. I think you and I were actually talking about it, Rob. Like, it's one thing to take your buddy out fishing. I'm not going to go into like the whole teach a man to fish thing, but if you also can like show them a couple knots at the end of the day where they're then self-sufficient and can go fishing on their own, with a fly rod, it opens up just this whole, I mean, how many cool fisheries do you have within, a 2-hour drive of home, as far as being able to get out on a regular basis?
My son's wedding was 2 weeks ago. And we had my whole family in town, like everybody that we gave a shit about. So before the wedding was at 4 p.m. So the morning of the wedding, loaded up half my family members, and we went down to a local river. And hey, I ain't got waders for everybody, but take your shoes off, and here's a rod.
Yeah.
Let's jump in the water. Everybody's got a license, and hey, I'm running up and down the bank with a net and fish for people, and we had a great time. It was a great way to spend time with family. I mean, it was I can't say enough good things about it. So, Corey, I want to be as respectful of your time as possible. I can't.
I'm good, man.
For being a part of the show.
Yeah.
What do you call it? So, hey, I'm going to hand you off to my hetero life mate over here. That's looking like fucking Ray Charles over here with his glasses. He's going to give you all the outgoing instructions. So, yeah.
Corey, getting your time with us. We give you a couple minutes just in case there was something we forgot about that you kind of had it on your post-it note by the interweb machine. You wanted to go over with us, remind us of handles and contacts for Stillwater on that. Yes, and all that fun stuff. Yeah, about 2 minutes.
Yeah, can I just type those in up there, or
Sure, if you can. Yeah, absolutely. And I can throw them up on the screen.
Yeah,
you can do that,
We'll
or I can throw.
We'll always post all that stuff up.
It always hangs in the show notes afterwards.
The easiest way to get a hold of me is really simple. Just sweetwatertravel.com. Go to the guide school page, and my phone number and email address will come up on there. And give me a call. I'd love to just chat about this whole thing and just kind of reinforce everything we just talked about here. Sweetwater Travel or Sweetwater Guide School on Facebook, and Sweetwater Travel on Instagram. Anything Sweetwater Travel will get you to us. And yeah, I can't think anything else to add. Well, maybe we'll do another one and talk about this advanced class, and especially with Jimmy Dean having just gone through it. But it's an awesome way for us to get you guys back and get to see a different fishery on the Yellowstone than the Bighorn is the biggest part of it. But yeah, I just finished up a 6-week run, and it's fresh, and I'm just so fortunate that people actually this is actually a thing we can go do and go be a fishing guide, and allows me to meet folks like yourselves and get out on the river and get to know you a little bit better. And I'm excited to, get back in the spring and get going again. We're going to have another fun season. So that's all I got, and appreciate what you.
It's living the dream, man. You're literally living
the
dream. And hey, and me and my friends, we talk about it constantly. It's just like one of the best experiences ever. So yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking with Corey Koff with Sweetwater Guide School, Sweetwater Travel. If you are not familiar, you got it. I highly recommend you check it out. Veterans, if you are hearing our voices, find out how much GI Bill you got left. If you're looking to get a little bit of something, Corey, do people have to have, how much fly fishing experience do you recommend that they have before they apply for this?
None, to be totally honest. And a lot of people think they need to get to a certain degree of skill level to attend guide school, but what we find is you end up developing some bad habits through that process. So we're breaking those bad habits when you get there. If you're willing to learn, if you want to spend a fun time on the river, your skill level is not important. We're gonna teach you how to teach people, and in that process, you're gonna learn how to do it really well yourself. It might mean you're not quite ready to go guiding if your skill level isn't quite there. But this whole thing is really about, keeping people safe, showing them a good time, showing a good work ethic, and dealing with goofy things that happen out there on the river. So your own personal skill set isn't as important. I just left a guide school telling people, if you want to do this as a career, you're going to get to be really good at it. It has to happen if you put your time and effort into it. But long answer, short question. There's no prerequisite to come, and we see people from all over the place, and everybody gets better over the course of the week.
I got 2 quick questions before I cut you loose. One, what do you learn in the advanced school?
Answer to that is really being able to adapt what you learned at the first class to potentially 4 to 5 different fisheries over the course of the week. Small creek to rowing a big, more technical river, from a drift boat standpoint to potentially fishing a spring creek to fishing a lake. So you're kind of going in blind every day with some good intel on what to do and just trying to put it into action. On top of that, we do add some advanced elements. We offer up spey casting instruction if people are into that, some different knots and fly tying. But really and truly, it's just a bigger, more diverse classroom.
A jet boat, by the way, is not a combination of a jet and a boat, just so you're tracking. Did not know that.
It took us a little while to clear that up.
Yeah, I was super excited when I heard we were doing jet boats, and then was not surprised. I was very surprised when I saw what it was.
Yeah.
Second question: we finish every show with a safety brief, and we always add some little something at the end. Is there anything you'd like to add to the end of this week's safety brief for the whole audience?
What's a good example of a safety brief?
Wear safety glasses when you're string trimming.
Okay.
Corey, I usually wear blackout sunglasses during the show.
I got you. I thought I've been there. Usually it's the front window and not my eye. Wear your freaking sunglasses when you go fly fishing, and not just any cool sunglasses, like ones that actually cover all of your eye. We had a kid, sunglasses on, but a hook came up and got him on the underside of his eyelid.
Ooh.
Thankfully, it was a little one because it could have been gnarly. And debarb your hooks. That's a good one. It's great for the fish, but it's a lot easier to get out of people too.
Words to live by. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking with Corey with Sweetwater Guide and Travel School. Corey, I can't thank you enough for being a part of From the Ashes on About Face Media. Thank you so much for taking the time out away from the family. Welcome back and enjoy your winter break. And thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, and appreciate what you guys are doing for the vet community out there. Thank you.
Have a great rest of your Monday night.
Have a good night.
Nice to meet you.
So we going to Mongolia or what, dude?
Dude, that sounds great.
I'm all the way down, man. Let's go to Mongolia. I'm all about it. Where the hell is Aloysius? Let me send this girl a text. We're find out where this girl is. Oh, I've got a bunch of text messages. Holy shit! Why do I have so many text messages? Allie, where you at, dog? It's almost like we're not having a show if she's not a part of it. So I don't know, but whatever, man. I feel like I should put on a blonde wig and pretend to be Allie, but I don't know if that'll actually help us in any way. So
You gotta be smart about things.
that's never happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man, but whatever. So Allie, literally in the tub. Yes. Told you.
Nothing.
No, yeah. Let's see it. So, you logging in?
So
Yeah. Well, you know how it goes. What do you call it? You interested in fishing all of a sudden? What do you think?
not really.
No, just not your jam. Just too relaxing. What's your deal? Just boring for you? So,
Like,
just not your jam.
it's just not my thing.
I get it.
Dude, I really liked fish. I'm in, but I don't like eating the fish that are around here.
I get it. Why not?
Dude, I just don't like
They're
them.
just not delicious. Well, I mean, is that because you come from Hawaii? You like those fish? Is that what you're getting at?
I go fishing.
Saltwater fish? You
Yeah.
like saltwater fish? Oh, hey, Al. How are you?
Great, enjoying my bubbly time.
Your bubbly. Hey, we had a conversation last week. Do you remember that? Week
About me
before last?
broadcasting from the tub,
I feel like, yeah, that might have been part of the conversation. Huh?
and that's exactly where I'm at.
Huh. And what was the word you used?
Never.
Never, because your wives would kill me.
Huh.
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 Mhm.
Well, anyway, welcome to the show, Al.
Yeah, so just
Right,
wait until
actually,
after
you
my
fucking
wedding to
tub.
break my
Well-
nose, okay? Crystal,
Welcome to the
Mrs.
show.
Mrs. One Shot, please wait until after my wedding photos to break my nose. I'd be highly appreciative. Highly appreciative.
So glad you're here, Al. What do you
Yeah.
know? Our ratings just shot through the roof. We're at 157 listeners all of a sudden. WTF Moments just went live with our broadcast. That's so
You know,
weird.
hi, yeah, the VSO that's showing the mostest, I guess is going to be my catchphrase.
So real quick before I get rid of you, what's up with the what's going on in the VSO world? Anything interesting?
Yeah. So listen, you know how I
Crystal
always
Red-
tell you guys,
Awesome.
Crystal, I'm so sorry. I'm like literally in a towel. My towel is drenched because just in case my hand slips. Covering my nips here. All right. So, guys,
Ratings
it is
are through.
important.
Donations are up. Keep it up, Allie.
Yeah,
You're welcome
donate.
anytime.
And maybe next week the towel goes away. So donate, tune in, and maybe I'll show some leg. No, seriously,
Exactly.
guys, it is important for you guys to find a trustworthy VSO. Okay, I say it time and time again. Not all VSOs are created equal. Right? Some are just straight up shit. However, if you find a decent VSO and they tell you an answer that you don't like, and then you go find another VSO and you get the same answer, kind of similar answer, you still don't like it, you go to another one. The problem may be you, okay? Maybe some things aren't meant to be claimed. Maybe that VSO is trying to help you. Let's say you are at 90% and you want that fucking 100, you want it, but you don't really have anything. You got no new claims And the severity of the disabilities you are currently rated for aren't really severe anymore, right? To the next level. So what do? You file a frivolous claim. Oh, I have a crooked pinky from that time where I took a hammer, whatever. Your VSO, if they're worth their weight in salt, is going to tell you don't file that frivolous claim, because if it's less than 5 years, the VA has the right to go back into your file and call you back for CMP exams to make sure that your disability has not gotten better. How many of you have called me in a panic saying, holy crap, I just got a proposed to reduce letter? Yeah, the VA can do that.
2 things. Just to clear up. 1, you said less than 5 years.
Yep.
So if you're over 5 years, they can't reinvestigate stuff?
They can, but they can't reduce you to a percentage lower than your original. So let's say your initial rating is 30%. You get increased to 50, but then you get better and it's like 10 years. They cannot reduce you below 30%.
Okay. Next thing.
They can reduce you from 50 to 30, but not after 5 years.
How do I know if my VSO is the right VSO, and how do I find my VSO?
So they're going to ask you questions. They're going to ask you hard questions. They're going to listen, right? They're going to listen to your fucking story. They're going to ask you all types of questions that you don't really want to answer. But we do that because we want to make sure that we are claiming and we are filing everything that you are entitled to. Like, and I do this a lot. I have a conversation, like, oh, tell me about Vietnam. Like, oh, what happened to your ankle? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And in conversation, I find out that this guy has diabetes. And then I find out he has hypertension. And then I find out that he has ischemic heart disease, which leads to coronary artery disease, right? So just in conversation and me asking like random questions, like just last week, I asked, do you have both testicles? And the guy says, no, I don't. What happened? Well, he had cancer. He had cancer in the service and he had to have an orchiectomy, which is the removal of a testicle. And he didn't know that he could claim that. Yes, sir, you can. So your VSO is going to ask you questions. They're going to listen. They're going to be sympathetic. They're going to want to help you and they're going to advise you, even if that means saying, no, I'm not filing that claim for you. It's for your best interest. You're going to feel it in your gut. You're going to know if it's a good VSO or not.
How do I find my VSO?
There's the good question.
You can go to va.gov and they have a list of accredited VSOs, or you can Google whatever county you're in, veteran service officer. So Bristol County VSO, Cook County VSO, Appalachian Mountain VSO, like wherever you are, Google it and you will get a list of VSOs.
Allie, for all the listeners out there that trust you, do you want me or Rob to be your VSO?
Do what?
Do you want me or Rob to be your VSO?
Would I want you guys to be my VSO?
Yeah.
Are you guys going to get accredited?
No. What my point is we do not want our buddy to help us out.
Oh, yes. Well, you guys, I mean, I trust you guys. So, yeah. So don't listen to the guy.
You would trust us to do any VSO job?
I trust
that I know that he should not do anything VSO oriented.
I know. I do trust you guys.
Lead you the right way, but I do trust
Don't listen. Don't listen. My fiance is just looking at me right now. He's like, "You are not broadcasting from the time."
Show her the helicopter. Show her the helicopter.
Let's go, baby. It's your turn. Helicopter.
So, no, you don't want your buddy. Okay.
Don't listen to the old guy at the end of the VFW bar. Don't listen. So here's the thing, you guys, like your first sergeant, your sergeant's major, right? You know them, you love them, you trust them, but they're lost in the process just like you. Your rank and your MOS in the service has zero effect on how well you know the VA services and how well you know the VA claim. So first, Allie's in the bath, and now she's going around asking them if they have 2 testicles. Oh my God, Crystal, in fact, she's gonna fucking put me in a headlock and forget the combination. Like, I already know it.
She makes men cry. It's fun to watch.
I know, and I think that's why I think she's just so hot, because she fucking makes men cry, and I want to be like her.
She the dude even stopped listening to the radio show. Yeah.
They censored the comments.
So, but yes, I do. So that because of this show, veterans constantly
Ask
texting
us to be your
call.
VSO. I'm like, look, this is a very specialized job that you want the right person.
So
make sure
there's
they're
laws
educated in
against
their field.
this.
Yeah.
If you are not accredited, the VA says by law you cannot assist with filing VA claims. That's gathering, that's filing paperwork, that's showing up in court. If you are not an accredited veteran service officer, the VA says by law you are not authorized to assist in any claim.
But we can point people towards resources.
Absolutely.
You
Like
can point people towards resources. You sure
I'm just
can.
help-
Whoop,
I'm just
camera's
helping
getting kind of
encourage
low there.
people to get a real, to get your VSO. Let them help you out.
We're gonna get Ellie a camera stand.
I have one, but this is so last minute. I was like, oh yeah, I'm enjoying
but
my
it's at the-
bathtub, and then I'm like,
But it's at the end of the
fuck.
bed right now.
Yeah. How'd you know? Listen, there's no money in VSOing. I gotta supplement my income somehow.
Look, I get it, man. I totally get
Joe's
it. Right.
Joe's feet are really nice. Like he
Yeah.
has just taken over my OnlyFans.
Oh, stop. Grossest thing in the world.
I love it. All right, Allie, I'll let you get back to what you were doing. And
Bathing.
yeah. Hey,
That's what I'm doing.
what
Is bathing. Yes.
What do you got for the safety brief?
What
was
don't
that?
get your toe stuck in the faucet. There you go.
To live by, I guess.
Yeah, have you never seen that the Dick Van Dyke show where his wife gets her toe stuck in the faucet and they had to call a plumber? Ugh, whatever.
I guess I have not. I haven't watched enough Dick Van Dyke, but I'll get my Google on and yeah, I will definitely reference.
Okay.
But yeah. All right, Allie, thank you so much for taking part in the show tonight. And,
I know, I better get a fucking pay raise, man. That's all I'm saying.
You absolutely will. You absolutely will. And thank you for
my honeymoon better be funded in full by you two. I'm just saying. Sorry. I love you guys.
Nonprofit. Bye, Allie.
Yeah. Bye.
Holy heck, man. Our show's awesome. There are other people that are like, man, our show sucks. How do these guys fucking do it? They got chicks in bathtubs and dudes fly fishing guys and shit. One dude's wearing the glasses. Yeah, we're doing good.
Direct descendant of the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, exactly. Here, pulled up my fucking I've never forgotten here. What's today? Today is the 14th.
Well, then why don't we do? We'll finish off our obvious safety brief. Mine is iPro, folks. Like, it's not a joke. But it's not just that. All those things that your team leader in your squad will taught you to do in life, be successful. It's like a functional human being. Just do them. Okay? Wear eye cream when you're supposed to. Wear the appropriate foot gear when you're supposed to. Wear appropriate everything. Just whatever your team leader and squad leader said when you were young private, people the rest of you up. Everything will be better. And a lot safer. And I'm getting away from the lights. So maybe you never forgot. Not interested.
Okay. I can tell. Hang on a second here. I'm trying to pull up the correct one. October 3rd, October 14th, 1943. Wow. Royal Air Force. Pulling it up. What do you call it? Do you, when you ride your bike, your motorcycle, do you wear sunglasses, clear glasses? You don't even wear a helmet, do you?
Fucking slippers and board shorts.
Yeah, I know. I was amazed when I was in Hawaii that so many people flippity floppity pair of board shorts, like no shirt and shit.
No.
It's kind of fucking amazing.
It's very normal.
Yeah, let's get this done before so we can fucking hang on here. I don't have a good one. All I have is this one from fucking 1943. Hang on, sorry. Black Third. I always fuck this up. There's always so our regular listener, Heidi, was like, why don't you guys print it out before the show? So you can just, and that's exactly what I said to her. I'm like, wait, printers? Who has printers these days? And I can never fucking pull it back up when I need it to. Yeah, I know. But when you see
I rewrite my joke.
Yeah. Hey folks, so check it out. Sergeant Christopher Dolby with the 571st Medevac, killed in Iraq. Part of his air crew shot down. Whoa. Whoa. That's crew 488. Hey, what do you call it? When you get on your knees tonight, say your prayers, your family gets together over dinner, before you guys eat your dinner, you put your hands together. Please remember Sergeant Christopher Dolby and his family, crew of aircraft 488 of the 571st Medical Company Air Ambulance. And yeah, we are going to slip out of here, and we're going to make room for Kendra and PTSD and pageants. So don't change that dial. We want to thank our sponsors, Combat Flip Flops and Thigh Huggers. And thank you to Patriot Cigars for their support. And we're going to give away all this swag they sent us. We need some advice from you folks. We'd like to hear what you want to do to earn some of these hats and these stickers and stuff that Patriot Cigars sent us. And yeah, thank you for listening to From the Ashes on About Face Media. We really, really appreciate your time tonight. And check out Sweetwater Guide School. Really love to have you check that out. You've earned it, folks. Use those GI Bill benefits. It's very important. Have a great rest of your night, and thanks for listening. Have a great night. Bye.